Should be good. Let me know how the audio is, if it's good enough, chat, if you can hear it. Open Keysanity with the weird keys in Castle Tower and GT Big Key French Vanilla. Pretty happy to get a bomb start there. But, I mean, with a mode like this, it's just kind of like, do everything as efficiently as possible. It looks like Humbugh went for Sank to the normal route of going straight to Kakariko while I did Uncle route. Got me hands on a Meyerbeeg. See, yeah, Humbugh gets that small key info at, like, the beginning of the seed, which I didn't get for a long time. I got a Fire Rod, which is really nice. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, baby, let's go ahead and get through Hyrule Castle. I went ahead and went back in to get more magic. Which I think this was a fine play. I think it was okay. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Dark Cross is in Logic now with this Fire Rod, and only the first chest in Hyrule Castle is actually in Logic. So, hard to really say. My mistake was this, and I think this is just because 11 a.m. brain. I don't know why I decided to go for Dark Cross first at a heart and a half. It was really dumb. This was like literally a defining point in the race that could have determined how the race went for the rest of the seed. Oh. Did I personally turn my audio up? Now I'm confused. Oh well, more Bomberman music. Yeah, I just trying to dodge some snakes. But going into the dark room here with only one heart. Yeah. Honestly, I just got really unlucky there. That the other snake was on the right side, right below the chest, and that I ran into the bat, so... Now I'm already like, well, I'm never checking that spot ever. Ever! It's just never happening. What are my thoughts on the new French toast coffee? I look forward to trying it sometime. Probably next month. I haven't tried it. If anyone has tried it, I'd like to know what they think of it. Yeah, and the other problem about the way I routed that is now I don't have enough magic to try again. And I also don't have enough magic to get through this section without having to, like, switch to using bombs and stuff. But fortunately, the guards are giving bombs, thankfully. In fact, so far, Kakariko just housing a flute. I do remember that for Humbugh. What else did I find in here? And that's where the Moon Pearl was. I found a shovel. I don't remember if that shovel was worth a damn or not. But this was a pretty lengthy opening, and yeah, with no magic, I'm like, okay, just give me half magic or the lamp or something in Zelda Cell. Even though I know it's not in Logic. I wasn't actually expecting anything of value to get out of here. Nice 4-pack. I didn't even try to set up the Death Warp anyway, because I knew I wasn't planning on going back to Dark Cross at this point. Yeah. Bummer. So yeah, I felt really bad about Dark Cross. And then my next thought was like, okay, well, I guess if I ever check it, it's going to be like with Back of Escape or something, if I get the small key in a glove. And based on Humbugh's discoveries in Kakariko, there is a glove over there. Like, this could have been a big shovel moment. Oh my gosh. What's it gonna be? Okay. That's not a bad find. I mean, in a normal keys, like, you need at least 3 TR smalls to be able to beat the dungeon. And, you know, this early on, I had no idea where what dungeons were where, or what dungeon prizes were where. Small key on the maze race. This entire time, I'm like, where are the boots? Where are the boots? Where are the boots? Where are the boots? Where's my boots? I gotta have my boots. Yeah, and Humbug is just slowly making his way. The standard route, Sancticac. I don't actually remember where Humbug got their bombs on that route. That's always the tough part, is like trying to... Ew, gross. Hair is small. Trying to route into Kakariko while also bringing bombs with you, so you're not, you know, running around like a ding-dong trying to find bombs to check the back of the well and the back of Blindset. Alright, what was in Mini Moldrun Cave? Quake! Sword, of course. Big key to Eastern, that's good too. Maybe. Just a hammer or mitts away from Dark World access. It's always nice getting a flute early. Particularly in Kakariko, because you're just right there. Oh, interesting, okay. So Humbug decides to skip Ice Rod Cave for now to go check Agnes Cave. For them, they still have Uncle, Front of Escape, Saha Eastern, Ice Rod Cave, Zora, and like one logical check on Death Mountain. Also, I really love the Yoshi sprite. It's so good. Small key to Meyer, okay. Up the mountain. Yeah, saving the old man in the dark is a piece of cake. So, you know, that fire rod's good. It doesn't really do anything right now. It is a nice weapon, but without magic, it's kind of useless, obviously. And there isn't really, like, an easy place to farm magic early game, unless you get, like, a tree pull or a stun prize. I guess I could sit and try and dig up some magic if I really wanted to. Big key off of Old Man, Skullwood's big key, so... Doesn't really tell you much other than the big chest in Skullwoods is locked by a lamp. Beautifully done. Yeah, honestly, when the Castle Tower keys are vanilla in this type of mode, I wonder if checking Lumberjack. Oh yeah, this was the moment. I can't believe that worked. I completely forgot about that. I was 5 rupees short. And I managed to dig up a 5-er, and it got me the mitts. And I said, alright, fine. I'm convinced. Let's go to the Dark World. That's really crazy. Yeah, because, I mean, Humbug just completely skipped it. Must not have had the money at the time. I mean, I didn't either, so... and you know what? To be completely honest, I don't think this was a good play. I don't think coming here this early was the right play. Because, like... Well, you'll see, but... Coming in here without money to do, like, chess game and... digging game... just kind of forces you into this awkward later on double dip. But you know what? I got the mitts. I said, fine, let's just hop right in. See what we can find. Nice ice rod. And like at this point, I had skipped obviously the eastern area, and I skipped the Lost Woods. So bit risky of plays, but you know. I decided to play cheeky, just a little cheeky. So yeah, humbugs in eastern. I do remember what was in eastern. I'll try not to spoil anything. The hard part about watching these is not spoiling crap. That's the second Meyer thing. Meyer Small. I think the other Meyer Small was in, like, Agnes Cave, I think. Yeah, no Thieves Town big, so I'm out of here. You little cheeky monkey. Yes, you are. Oh my god, Garfield's dead! I was really hoping I'd pick up some money in there so I can go do chess game. But no dice. I didn't kill him. The Zizax did. It wasn't me. Yeah, I mean, it's a weird situation to be in where you're in Village of Outcasts relatively early. And yeah, I realized I didn't have the money. Nice sword. Sword for humbug here in Eastern, which is good. If I had at least 19 rupees, I would have just done archery game to do digging game, but no money, so I kept going. I think in the future I would definitely hold off on the immediate dive. Does it, I don't remember which pictures you can pull for money. To be honest, I've never gone for them. Actually, I don't even... No, I did check one tree pull. I checked the tree pull at the beginning of the seed. I don't remember what it had. Yeah, I think in hindsight, not going straight for Dark World right away, at least ensuring that I have enough money to do the mini games over there is probably a good idea. But yeah, Humbug not getting the mitts forced him into this unfortunate Eastern dip, which only granted him a sword. Hype Cave dropping Burna. What else? And a bow, so. And with Eastern Big being available, that was... Oh yeah, I never even did South Shore yet in this in the seed. Because I went south up to Kakariko from Link's house, and then went right into the Dark World, so... Skullwoods and Meyer. Got it. So, kind of wild to do that loop before even touching South Shore, but... I mean, I got a bow, so when I get my Eastern Big, I'll be able to do Eastern in one go. See, this is where I was like, alright, I'm just gonna go ahead and do Back of Escape now. I mean, it's 3 quick items. The problem is doing this 100% isolates Dark Cross. If I had held off to, like, wait until I got Hyrule Castle small, then I could have probably routed that in at the same time, but... What are you gonna do? Humbug picks up a bottle, the Desert Small... Still hasn't done Escape, so it doesn't have Fire Rod, so... Yeah, this is kind of another unfortunate, like, forced potential double dip for Humbug. I think Humbug did check the map, and there was a crystal at Skull, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, kind of unfortunate routing for Humbug. Nice fairy drop, though. All right, now I do South Shore. 15.5 minutes in. South Shore it is. And this is where I find, like, Eastern Big, I think. And... Right, I still don't even have a sword, do I? So yeah, so far, Humbug's done a dip into Eastern and a dip into Skullwoods. Shoutouts to Boshi. Yeah, it's a shame that palette swaps or, like, tunic upgrades can't add accessories to your character, because I'd love it if the blue tunic gave Yoshi sunglasses, so he could actually be Boshi. Nice double. And then I'm like, I'm gonna go for arrows, yahoo! And I'm like, nope. Bad idea. I think that's the Eastern? Yeah, okay. So I'm like, cool, great. I have a beatable Eastern Palace. Perfect. And yeah, at this point, the only dungeons I know are the Pyramid Fairy Crystals, so... So one of the big parts about this and, like, McBoss is just, like... Sometimes having to just take a wild guess on whether a dungeon is a crystal or not and crossing your fingers. Good old Bomberman music. I have nowhere near Zora money, so... Oh yeah, and that was another thing that Humbug skipped, despite having the flute. So Humbug just kind of getting really bad luck early on. Missing the Fire Rod from Uncle Chest, missing the Hook Shot from Ice Rod Cave. I decided to go ahead and use my Pearl to do some fake flipper water walking. I just wanted to grab this real quick, I think. I think I did this. I think I checked what was on the ledge, and then I went to the hobo. I don't know, I just always like doing these waterfall checks. These fake flipper stuff. I'm swimming. Do, 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 do. And I could Ancilla delete here if I wanted to. But it's a compass, so I don't care. Bye-bye. Though, judging by my practice seeds yesterday, I don't know if I can Ancilla delete. I failed the 2 times I tried to do it. And I don't really know why they didn't work. Aside from just, like, random number stuff, flags that were set that wouldn't let me do it without having to... I don't know. It was weird. I know there's one thing that lets you not do Ancilla is if you just beat an Armos boss. I need to look up how to reset it, because it could play a big part. Nice flipper-locked big key to a flipper-locked dungeon. How cute. So yeah, here's the tough call, though. I have a lot of mountain I can do. But I decided to go here. Oh, and yeah. So remember when I was in Village of Outcasts with a single dollar. Well, I missed the mirror at a digging game. I tried that Gilgamesh. It's something like spamming lamp and dropping bombs in the water, but it just wouldn't work. Yeah, at this point, I didn't know what Eastern was. I've done a ton of Overworld and one Skullwoods dip, so I just figured, hey, let's just go ahead and knock this dungeon out. And the funny thing is, my mindset was like, okay, what if Eastern's Green Pendant, and then I could just turn in Green Pendant when I go check Zaha outside? And we know that happens. But I didn't know that at the time, because I never talked to Zaha. So I'll get my Master Sword in here, and then I'll also kill the boss. The seed was weird. I love the Bomberman music. It's so good. Just good like background music. Especially the Bomberman Hero soundtrack is real good. I'm waiting to hear back from the person that made the pack, so I can hopefully get it approved for restreams. That is... Yeah, the Myers song's about the worst of it, but also Stun Drop, which I just figured out from that hook shot, was full magic, so that was really helpful at this point, just because now I can Fire Rod the Igor room to make that a little bit easier. What I want to do is I want to relearn how to make MSU stuff, and I actually kind of want to squeeze some... If I don't hear back from the guy, I might just swap out the Myers song and maybe the Ice Palace song for some second attack music. Because there's some good songs in Bomberman 64, the second attack. I just want to be safe since, you know, I don't feel good about, like, submitting a pack with somebody's own music that they made without their permission for, like, restreams and whatnot. I'm sure he wouldn't care, but I just want to be sure. Stupid hookshot. So Humbug getting to do Smiths with the mirror was a good payoff of holding out before coming to Dark. Well, not really holding out, but not getting that immediate Dark World access. And then the immediate payoff. Pod Small, nice. See, I mean, honestly, like, Humbug's routing has been fine. It's just been bad luck. Just like the skipping one-offs and skipping in front of escape. Like, because if you think about it, doing the front of escape, I mean, it's, you got the two Uncle chests, and you have your, the map chest. There's only 3 items in logic. Now, and you know, since Humbug doesn't know that the Fire Rod is in the Uncle chest, which puts Dark Cross in logic, it only remains 3 checks as opposed to 4, but at the same time, it's like, eh. So I can understand wanting to put it off. And now that he has the mirror, he can route it in with a pyramid check. Yeah, first blind dungeon completed. Of course, it's a pendant. So I had a giggle at that, and I was like, all right, well, I'll go turn in Green Pendant and be on my way. This was the story of this seed for me. It was, I'm going to go beat this dungeon and see if it drops a crystal or not. I think that happened like 4 times. I just never got dungeon info. Now, Green Pendant Hera big key is whatever. I mean, if there's something required in the Hera big chest, that's great. Otherwise, who cares? I have hookshot. I could Hera pot, so that wasn't a huge payoff for me. Also, I just saw that the Hyrule Castle Small is there, so Humbug does have that, which puts... That means that Hyrule Castle actually has 5 items in Logic right now. With Uncle Chest, Uncle, Map Chest, Boomerang Chest, and then the Zelda Cell. It's just, I understand. Escape is really slow, especially without boots. Nice hammer from the purple chest for Humbug, so... That looks kind of bad for me. Not have enough money for digging in game meant I missed the mirror, which meant I couldn't do the Smith turn-in quickly. Which meant I skipped purple chest, which meant, you know, no hammer for a while. And that's the thing. That's the other thing about it is like, when do I go do purple chest at this point? Because like I don't have the hammer, so going to do hammer pegs feels bad. So it's like basically just a one-off at this point. So, the only real difference between the two of us is Humbug has Mirror and Hammer, while I have Fire Rod and Hookshot. I still haven't been up the mountain yet. And it's because I wanted to just clear out. I think I cleared this out and then went up the mountain. Don't know, I don't remember why I routed like this. Unless I had a route in mind that I was going to take. Alright, I guess so I can just flute away. Alright, finally, mountain time. So Humbug has only been up the mountain to save the old man and check spec. That's it. Didn't have the mirror initially, doesn't have hookshot, obviously. So we get to see a lot more. Also, there's the Pod Big, Desert Right. Desert Small. Where was that? Humbug just picked that up. Maybe that was in Skullwoods. Yeah, there's the Skull Big, so I'm like, alright, cool. Now I can do all of Skullwoods in one go, so that's really nice. That's a nice time save. And GT Smalls are still good in this mode, just because GT Big is in GT, so you need some keys to be able to get through the entire basement, if need be. It's funny at this point, because like I have Hookshot and Hera Big, while Humbug has Mirror and Hammer, but no Hera Big. So like, there's no way I can actually get to Hera in this situation at all. Which feels pretty bad when you don't have the mirror. But I'm just sitting here like, man, I hope the hammer shows up soon. That'd be great. Alright, so what was in Hera? Well, we're only going to see 2 chests in here on Humbug's side. Maybe the basement. No, Humbug still doesn't have a fire source, so that's not happening. Nice. Big sword. "30 minutes in, still no lamp in sight." But then again, Keysanity logic is weird. Oh, great. Oh, great! So at that point, I do recall, I mean, of course I was happy about seeing the boots. Who wouldn't be? But I was thinking, like, man, I went into Eastern and all I got out of it was a dinky sword, and then there ended up being 2 swords in Paradox Cave anyway. So I was a little bummed out about that, just because I was like, that Eastern place sucked. It did get me a hair big, so can't complain too much. Yo, what's okay? Thanks for the raid. And thanks for the good luck watching. Yeah, thanks. I need all the luck in the world to watch this. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a good stream. Yeah, this I'm counting this as my study session for my game 2 tomorrow. Though I don't know, there's really, it's Keysanity, there's really not much I can like actually learn from watching this. Other than just like watching my mistakes and then knowing not to make those again. Because like Humbugh for the most part just played a pretty standard route. Sank to Cac to South Shore. Decided to skip Ice Rod Cave in favor of Agonis Cave, which was unfortunate. Yeah, that's good. We both got boots roughly around the same time, so that's good. I went in the wrong door because I'm dumb. Studying? I'm an adult now. I thought I didn't have to do that anymore. Well, you don't have to. Yo, thanks for the good luck. Yeah, I'm wondering what mode we're gonna get. I'll laugh if it ends up being like inverted keys. Nice. Doormat, big key right there. What's next? Samaria? So Quake is the right medallion for TR. And if Samaria shows up in here, like, you could technically dip in for a little bit. It's crazy, we're literally synced up, but have like such a different amount of items. That's kind of cool. Doormat. But then again, you don't really want to dip T-Rock with, like, 1 big key and 1 small key. I think for me is, like, I couldn't go into TR if I wanted to because I don't have the hammer, so. Alright, what did I do next? I have options still. I think this is a Mire area check now. Yeah, because if I can get into Mire, I can beat it. Oh, nope. Oh, this might be Skullwoods then. Because I have a beatable Skullwoods. I may have a beatable Mire. Okay. Oh, okay. Huh. This is me cleaning up. I really don't know what... okay. Yeah, Humbugh's TR dip. I mean, I wouldn't say it's bold. All he could do was check 1 item, so... He has no small keys, apparently. Yo, Critter, thanks for the sub gift to James. Appreciate that very much. Thank ya. So, the weird thing about this situation is I should have, at least just for routing purposes, I should have done digging, or chess game down to digging game. I don't know, because of isolated digging game, it's kind of weird to route that in. Okay, Humbugh got flippers first, alright. Well, yeah, I didn't have the hammer, so... So that's interesting. That opens up Swamp for 1 check. Yeah, I keep on forgetting to sign up for comms. I should have signed up for today, but this is my comms sign up instead. Yeah, still no mirror, so I have to walk back. But at the good part is I get to full clear Skull Woods in one trip, which is really nice. So this looks like Graveyard Ledge. Okay, boots checks, Graveyard Ledge, Catfish for Humbug. Yo, nice, James. Hope you have a nice weekend. So this is a moment where I'm making up time because I completely skipped Skull Woods until I had both the big key and, well, you know, swords. Because the first time I was in Dark World, I didn't have a sword, and I went straight from Village of Outcast straight to Hyde Cave, pretty much. Somewhat friendly moth. What? Hey! I think I knew. Yeah, Skullwoods was one of my Pyramid Fairy crystals, so I knew this was a crystal. Wishing. Alright, let's finish out the rest of Skullwoods. I need to start doing the whole drop a bomb and spin to set up the bomb jump while facing up. So you kind of, it's all in one move, so you hold out sword, you place bomb, then you walk up and spin to set it up. As opposed to before where it's... you turn around, you walk up backwards with your sword out, drop a bomb, and then... or spin, then drop a bomb, so... would save a couple seconds. Yay, blue mail! Yay, fairy! Bling, bling. Okay, that's where Humbug got their first GT small. Also, Humbug going for... this route worked out really well for Humbug just because of efficiency. It was a very efficient route. I do dislike the whole route. Like, it sucks to route in the boots checks with the mirror checks with Graveyard Ledge just because it's so slow. Because you mirror, do bonk rocks, go mirror, and then back through the portal. Then you mirror in front of Graveyard Ledge, and then you mirror outside of King's Tomb. It's not great. Also, yeah, at this point now I'm going to finish out this route. Now, it would have been really easy to just grab Purple Chest and then bail, and I almost did. I almost did. I'm like, I've seen runners skip digging game before, but it's not my playstyle usually. The only time I skip stuff is if I screw. Like Dark Cross, Dark Cross is never happening just because I died on my way to there. So I'm like, well, if it's here, then whatever. And yeah, I was very ecstatic to see that. So like, on one hand, I was like, great. I just saved myself from losing this race by that. But at the other hand, I was like, I could have had this a lot sooner if I just had money before going to the Dark World. This is when I started contemplating whether my early Dark World dip was a good idea or not. Okay, Crystal Hera, which I just unlocked access to with this mirror. Now, this was an interesting decision, and obviously the right one. Because it would have been super easy just to ignore this. But I think, if I recall correctly, my thought process was like, if Humbug got the mirror on his first trip into here, he would have been able to do Smith Chain super quick with the mirror. So... like, this was a I need to play safe here, I guess. Oh yeah, sick kid real quick. Okay. Because, I mean, it would have been really easy. He's dead now. Just isolate that purple chest, but... that mirror placement is what forced me back up there. Oh, and this is a very key moment in this race. So Humbug finally got their hook shot. And they're in pod. And the way Humbug routed this was an idea that I also had. Because at this point, the thing is, Humbug knows that this is a pendant. Because there's a little P at the top of the screen. Because Humbug found the Dark Palace map at Graveyard Ledge. I, of course, had a giggle at Ether being required for Meyer, because classic. So, can't go into Meyer to beat it yet. Need to find Ether. No big key for Desert. But can at least get the small key. Or can get 4 out of the 5 items in here. In the front. Honestly, I think... oh, well, apparently I still don't have the Pod Big. Pod Big is in here, that's why. That's why I didn't want to go to Pod, because I didn't have the damn big key. Do you think it'd be faster to screen transition back to the portal when routing Bonk Rocks and Graveyard Legend stuff? Well, I think it depends. I mean, it depends on if you have mitts or not. The problem is, like, it'd be faster just to go Sank and do Graveyard Legend King's Tomb, or to do King's Tomb and Bonk Rocks. But then, you know, you're isolating Grave Ledge, which never feels good. So yeah, for me right now, it's like, okay, well, I could sequence break an Ice Palace, but I don't want to do that. I could go back up and do Hera right now. But I don't know, I think I end up putting off Hera a little bit longer just because if I'm up there, then I'm going to go into TR, and all I need is one more TR small, and I can beat Turtle Rock. So I think that's why I decided to go to Pod. I had 4 Pod Smalls in the big key. I could beat this dungeon and get almost everything in it. I would just have to skip Harmless Hellway or Big Key Chest. So... yeah, as you can tell in Humbug's screen, Humbug also opened up the front door. So, no more Pod Smalls, can't beat the dungeon. Which is very, I mean, it's Pendant Pod. So Humbug leaves as I enter. A little high five there at the end. It goes back in... where's Humbug going next? This might be Ice... no. Humbug has still not been to the front of Escape. Well, let's see. Humbug might have opened the front door, did BK chest, opened the back, and did Icebreaker. Or not Icebreaker, Harmless Hellway. So, yeah, that would be... Yeah, that'd be why. That'd be your 4 keys. This might be a pyramid check at this point. Yeah, for Humbug. And then mirror in to do the front of escape, so. You know, I kind of like routing Hobo this way from... If you're going to go to the pyramid and you have the mirrored flippers to route in Hobo now. Yeah. Honestly, Humbug's decision to skip out on Helma was probably the smarter decision. You know, go for the quick items and just hope that Helma doesn't have anything, or hope the pedestal's nothing. Like, that feels like a play that would work in your favor 9 times out of 10. 9 dentists out of 10. This is always why I wish I always like having 5 small keys for pod, because I always end up wasting so much time going through bow side multiple times, just to ensure that I can get everything in the dungeon. Okay, now Humbug finally gets their fire rod. Which, you know, there wasn't anything of super value in the back of Skullwoods. The only downside is, like, missing out on the 2 items in the right side of TR as well. But this does also open up Ice Palace for him. The item placement in this seed was very odd, yeah. So, I'm down to 2 keys left. I think I just opened the front door. Yeah. I said, heck it to big key chest. Because otherwise, here's what you have to do. If you want to get big key chest here, you have to go bow side again. Get big key chest, do the drop down. And then do bow side again, go fight the boss. And that's just so... That's so slow. So, I decided to say, well, if big key chest has anything, then that's it. I need to stop going for it. It's not good. That's why I really wish in Keysanity that first pod door was just unlocked. You could even get rid of a pod small and just unlock that door. If they can make it work in Zooter for Fire Temple, they can make it work for this dungeon. I think it would just make routing this dungeon a lot less shit. What's up, DT? It's literally like the one thing I would change. Fire Temple has all its locked doors in Keysanity, though. Oh, okay. Well, I guess it's a different problem, then. Alright, here's the Dark Cross item that I didn't get because I died. Because I'm bad. It was 3 bombs. So bailed out. Good for me. Because, like I said, I was never going for that item, ever. Alright, Ice Palace time. Nope. This is back to Skullwoods for Humbug, I think. I mean... Here's the crazy thing. We're 50 minutes in, Humbug still hasn't beaten a single dungeon. And I'm about to beat my 3rd. And that's just because of very fortunate routing. And, you know, decision making here in Pod. Like, literally, if Big Key Chest and Pod had a required item, I'd be toast. But, you know, I didn't know this was a pendant or a crystal. So I'm like, give me a crystal, please. Dun, 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 dun. Did he even have an item? No. Dude, I was so mad. I was so mad when he dropped that pendant. Because it's like, okay, I went for very out of logic pendant Helma. None of that felt good. And then I don't even... This routing was strange on my part. It was also slow. I should have just mirrored and gone to Flute 5 if I was going to do this, but... Like, I've never done this, ever. I've never routed outside of Pod to go to, like, Catfish. I think this was just me being tired and angry because of that pendant. Because you pull a pendant off of a Helma, you feel super behind, so... And I have a bad habit of, like, if something's not going my way, I have a bad habit of, like, compounding into bad routing decisions or... Just a heart. Ding. This route was... I mean, the main reason I took this route was because I got the mushroom, because I wanted to route in... oh yeah, this was great, too. You just pull the pendant Pod off a Helma, and then Graveyard Ledge has the Pod map, and you're like, son of a bitch. How could you do this to me, game? Alright, here's our ped read from Humbug, so... Big Key of Rogues! So, I don't even know it, but I'm light years ahead right now. Is the Tourney single elim in brackets? No, it's best of 3. Oh, sorry. Yes, it's single elimination best of 3. Sorry. That pod map is just classic Keysanity right there. So, I can imagine Humbug feeling not great at that point, knowing that, you know, he has to go back and beat Eastern. He needs to find a pod small. And pod smalls are apparently impossible to find in this seed. Oh yeah. Way to go, Ding Dong. You don't even have that item. If I had the map before Pod, would I have Orphan, Big Key Chest, or Helma? That's a... I mean, honestly, that is a... Oh, I didn't even check Mushroom. I guess because I had Hammer and Samaria, if it was nothing, I could scum it. Oh, yeah, I honestly think I would have done what Humbug did. Though I would have routed different. If I wasn't going to go to Helma, I would have gone bow side again, so I would have at least had one small key left. Instead of checking cutscene chest. Or, sorry, Big Key chest. Or, I would have death warped first, and then open the front door, check Big Key chest. But in that case, I would have gotten the mushroom, which would have led to the book. So, my findings would have been inconclusive, and I would have had to... I'd be in the same position as Humbug, so... I mean, I just got stupid lucky, honestly. That pod ended up being required. I think most players would skip Helma in that situation. Pendant pod with 4 small keys and big key, you get all the items and you leave Helma behind. Absolutely. Alright, so I got a book. I think this is finally the Hera TR play for me. Because, like, I still don't have flippers from Spike Cave. So, honestly, I think a Sequence Break Ice Palace right now is probably not a bad play. I think the problem for me is, like, I just beat another pendant dungeon that I don't really want to go beat Ice Palace and get another pendant. And of course I do have the book. I could go check Ped, but that's such a slow check to do at this point. I don't remember what items were in Ice Palace. Yeah, I mean, there's already been a ton. There's already, I think 6 matchups have already been decided. Like, there's already 6 matches that, or 6 matchups that are done for the first round. Oh man, Humbug letting Cold Stare get away from him. It's kind of hard to do with Gold Sword. It was kind of fun with SG Live where they did the best of one double limb. So you're guaranteed at least 2 matches. I just don't think a best of one really works in a randomizer. Because it's really just like, it's a lot more luck based, I think. Because, like, yeah, I got super lucky in this race, but I still have to win one more to move on. And Humbug is just one of those very naturally gifted runners. I don't know what that means, but I said it. Humbug wins a lot. Humbug's really good, so I was sweating going into this race, but I also was still not really awake because at this point it wasn't even noon for me yet. So, whee! I love this. You set up spin speed, you pick up a pot, and you go to the staircase, and it gives you indoor spin speed, and it's really stupid. Boop. Here comes a heart piece? No, that's where the silvers were. Okay. Oh man, another high five between me and Humbug. That's crazy. Humbug still doesn't have the big key, but has hookshot, so can Hera pot. Hera big key was off a green pendant turn-in. After all that, it's crazy to see us, like, synced up like this a little bit. So powder's whatever. I mean, it's good to have because I didn't, you know, I don't have the mushroom, so I couldn't fake powder if I wanted to. With mushroom. This does open up a check. And I didn't do, I think I still had hammer pegs to go do, because I didn't have the hammer yet, so. That's 2 checks I can do together at some point. Of course, for me, like, I'm gonna hope I can find Thieves Big first. So I can do the rest of Thieves into Hammer Pegs and Magic Bat. So yeah, we high-fived in Pod. High-fived again here in Hera. Humbug's gonna go back in and get those silvers. Oh yeah, I think this is the point where I still didn't want to go to T-Rock, so I did Spike Cave next, I'm pretty sure. Because, I mean... yeah. That's the second time I, like, stopped what I was doing and went back. The first was, like, skipping digging game, but then deciding not to. Okay, map check. It's TR is such a tough call in this situation, because I just need one more TR small, and I can beat the dungeon and skip Lava Chest. But it also sucks because TR is one of those dungeons that likes to put a TR small inside. but you know, if this is a TR small, then I'm in there. But it wasn't. It was the flippers, but that opens up some dungeons for me, so I was like relieved to find that there, because that meant that I didn't have to make the TR play. And yeah, we saw over on Humbugh's side that Ice Palace was a pendant. So, but I don't know that. So, here we go. Time for Willard to go get his third pendant, unbeknownst to him. Like, it's really funny in this seed how all 3 pendant dungeons I went and beat not knowing it was a pendant. Now, even if this was a pendant by my knowledge, like even if I'd known this was a pendant, I would have gone in anyway, I think. I think it's just the safer choice. Versus, you know, Swamp Keyless and TR. Yo, what's up, Rambler? Oh yeah, that was Humbugh's first TR small. The other one was... Where was it? I got it really early with some weird routing, I think. Where did I get that? I don't remember. Yo, it's almost better that Humbugh came in here with only 1 small key. Because I came in there with 2, so I was able to get all the way to Laser Bridge. Spoilers. Spoilers, I know, I'm sorry. Okay, spoilers. I eventually go to TR. Alright. What's up, Yaga? Hey, GG's on your race, your game 2 versus Asder. Or game 3, I guess. Also, by the way, I've been really enjoying the Crystal Project solo challenge. I have your the VOD of your stream from today that I had to go. I loaded up, but I was like, I don't want to watch him now. I'll start at the beginning of the video. I have that up. It's minimized on my computer right now, so I can watch it later. So Humbugh gets the Desert Big there. I think that was. Pretty sure. Update tracker. Yeah, and I'm still going through this pretty useless Ice Palace. Getting a bit burned out on it. Yeah, I felt later on the game does kind of get a little samey, which is just naturally going to happen with any kind of RPG. It can also, it's one of those games with, especially with all the job classes, it gets really overwhelming quickly as well. So it's like, I don't know what to do with these characters. But I stopped after 52 hours. I did not end up going on and like beating the secret bosses and stuff like that. Oh, I appreciate that, Wrecking Crew. I hope Yagamoth wins it all. I would be very happy. Look at this! Look at that! Now that's a cold stare fight. And... pendant. I was so mad. I felt like this race was over at this point. It's hard to come back from getting 3 pendants. Oh yeah, that's the other TR small that I got. Right. I even sat there for a second like, what? Okay, well, let's go check the pedestal, and if it's nothing, then I'm in panic mode. Yeah, I went straight for the pedestal, of course. I mean, it's hard to imagine there's anything on the ped right now because A, Pod's still not in logic. Normally, in any situation, I always read in a race, because I don't blind pull if I can read, because that's just time loss if it's junk. And I was like, oh, cool, that's required, sweet. Yay! Also, I need to find a new theme for that, because I don't really care for the way Theory edited that that fanfare. I don't know, it's hard to say. Fanfares are hard, that's true. It's hard to say if Pet is more likely in Keysanity, just because key placement could force Pendant Dungeons to be a little bit harder to be, like, in logic. Like, right now, like, Pod's not in logic unless I get the other two Pod Smalls. Wait, where did Humbugh get... Did I miss it? Humbugh did Bombo's Tablet, right? Yeah, it was Bombo's Tablet into, into Flute Spot, so... Humbugh picked up 2 more TR Smalls, so can beat this dungeon. Does Keysanity remove some required items from the pool? No. Doesn't have to. All Keysanity does is it takes... There's the general item pool, and then there's the dungeon item pool, and it just puts them all in the same pool. That's all. Oh, right. I think I know what I was doing here. I was holding off for Thieves Town Small. There's that big key that I don't care about. Because I hate doing Thieves Town. I hate isolating that check, but... But now I went for, you know, it was tough at this point because like I felt good because pedestal was required, so my pendant dungeons that I did were fine. But it's like great, but if I end up isolating a required something and like Thieves Town Big Chest, then all that's negated. Like it doesn't matter anymore. Alright. So Humbugh's going through the rest of TR. Don't exactly remember what was in the rest of TR. I think it was like a Skull Small on Laser Bridge, right? No, we already have all 3. Might be getting my seeds mixed up. At this point, I still have not checked Lumberjack, I don't think. I'm pretty sure I do it after this. Or no, it might not be until after T-Rock. I checked it very late. I don't know yet, Critter. I'll have to take a look. Oh, there's the Desert Big. Okay, I thought Desert Big was earlier in the dungeon. So Humbugh kind of getting... Oh yeah, Humbugh still ended up having to double dip T-Rock anyway. So that worked out for me. The thing is, if I had the mirror when I went up to check, like, Bumper Ledge, I probably would have mirrored to go check what's that Lumberjack. But at the same time, I still don't have the lamp, so Agatar is not in logic, so it's not really on my mind at all. there's a restream, it won't be on SG. Man, I can't get any restreams on SG ever. I think my last, like, 3 restreams have all been on LTTPR, which is fine. It means I could do these instead. So yeah, Thieves Town, not really having anything. I know it's gonna have a crystal at least, so that's good. Simultaneous boss fights. I remember during this race, somebody commented on how good my execution was on these bosses. And my first thought was like, well, yeah, I got gold, sword, and silvers. These boss fights should not be a problem at all. I think somebody was commenting on my cold stare fight, or maybe my Vidi fight later. Okay. This here is actually the lumberjack check. I believe, yep. Right. Oh yeah, I hadn't done bonk rocks yet. So I did bonk rocks in the lumberjack check. Take the compliment? No! Yeah, I mean, right now my options are TR with 2 small keys. Which, you know, at this point I'm shocked I still hadn't found another TR small. And I see this at 1:12 and I'm like, don't care, see ya. Goodbye forever. I don't think I actually gave that key a second thought after that moment. I never considered it. Because I don't have the lamp. If I had the lamp, then maybe I would have considered it, but I didn't have the lamp, so. And now here's my long-winded TR dip, hoping for a TR small to show up. And yeah, the thing that sucks about this is, like, the third TR small that Humbugh got was on Bombo's tablet. But just going to Bombo's tablet is not a, it's just not a good, it's just not efficient routing. Obviously, it's the right answer in this situation, but like, if you're gonna go do Bombo's tablet, then you just go ahead and go into Swamp. But here's the thing. Let's say I did go ahead and do Bombo's tablet and check the first item in Swamp. Great. Now I full clear all of Swamp. Looking for, at this point, what do I need? A TR small and well, I'd have a TR small. I would just be looking for Ether and Desert Pig. That's a lot of swamp. No, they don't. None of the tourney races ever generate a spoiler log, so nobody has them. I don't think they exist. I have to sneeze. There was no sneeze. Okay, so at this point, Humbugh's got to go back and do some cleanup. So this is a trip back to Armos. So this is big time loss for Humbugh, because I got to do Eastern in one trip, which was really nice. So yeah, Humbugh had to double dip TR. We'll have to double dip Thieves Town like I did. Double dip Eastern, double dip Skull, double dip Desert. I think those are the big ones. I don't know why I just decided to sit there and take hits. I have a bad habit, like I said, of just kind of zoning out if I feel like I'm losing a race. I just stop caring. I definitely have a bad habit of, like, not trying. Which is bad. I should always keep trying, because if I've learned anything from, like, the Pog Champion race I had the other day, like, you just never know, man. Never give up until it's over. Until you finish or you see the dot done. I don't even remember at what point I hit the race channel. It might have been once I hit go mode. I think it was once I hit go mode. How do it's tough because I still feel like I've done a lot in the seed. Like when Thieves Town Big ended up being on the pedestal, like it was a sigh of relief, but it still left me like, okay, great, now what? What's next? Oh, I didn't rush Ped. That was not by choice. Ped rushed me. Yeah, your opponent could always have the same route. Could always do the same thing you did, just not, but slower. That's always a possibility. So Humbug finishes Eastern, gets the hair big. I doubt Humbug goes back up for that, but... Well, Humbug doesn't really have many choices left at this point. Still needs that pod small. Oh, wow, actually goes back. All right. I mean, I understand. It's very understandable. Like, nobody wants to dip Swamp for the first, just for the first chest. It feels really slow. I figured you pulled Ped first, right? Even if your opponent maybe got the info first. I don't know. I didn't really think about it too much. Like, I guess on one hand, I got to... I got to do all those pendant dungeons in one go, which was nice, so... I guess the one thought that did come back to me after pulling Ped was that I briefly thought about the fact that you could have used your fourth key to check Big Key Chest and skip Helma. So maybe to me I was thinking, well, maybe Humbug skipped Helma. Like, if there was any pendant dungeon, especially after getting the pod map, there was definitely a chance of that. But yeah, I think this is Humbug's last location. Which this ended up being the Swamp Big. Eh, whatever. Get out of here. Perfect laser skips right here. I don't actually remember if I had anything left at this... Oh, no, I did. I absolutely did. Oh, man, okay, so this is the deciding point. Humbug down to just the Aga play. Now, I would absolutely... Honestly, this, like, going for Aga, Dark Aga really just doesn't make any sense to me. Unless your assumption is the first chest of Swamp, maybe? It's possible, but, like... This definitely feels like I made too many mistakes, so I need to make a big play to make up for those mistakes. I think it also helped for me that I hadn't done Bombo's tablet yet. But yeah, you can see here, like, I'm hoping a TR shows up here on the big chest or on Lamola's so that I can save my portal to TR. I mean, the thing is, if Humbug goes to Swamp, finds Swamp small, it still depends on, like, you know, I have a pretty significant dungeon. Well, let's see, I have Pod and Thieves done already. But Humbug has TR done, so... yeah, hard to say. Yeah, because he already had the Thieves Small. There's still one more GT Small out there. One Ice Small. 2 Pod Smalls. I think it really depends at this point on what Humbug still actually has left that he can get. Because, like... I still feel like without Lamp, this is just an extremely high-risk play. Like, obviously, if this works out, he just probably wins. So, yeah, I gotta assume it's just like, I feel really behind. I must make the biggest play ever. And cross my fingers. So, no TR small for me. And I literally have Dark Cross and Bombo Swamp. I think that's all I had left at this point. Because the thing for me is, like, I've been panicking about this Dark Cross the entire seat after I died on the way there. And I'm like, okay, if Dark Cross is just like Ether, then I'm dead. I'm dead in the water. And for me, if I go check Dark Cross, I'm just going to do Agate Tower then. Because it could be the Lamp in Dark Cross. It's possible with this flag set. So that was why I decided to do this instead. Because I didn't want to get baited into doing Agate Tower for a small key. Yay! And this is the other thing for me, like, at this point, I could have gone back up to T-Rock. But Trinix and Lava Chest aren't in Logic still, so there was that wasn't going to be my progression. There would have been no benefit other than being able to beat TR. Unless, like, the first chest in here is a TR small, so... Drive down to Swamp, Egg, and Lava Chest. Swamp could literally be tier small or Lamp. Yep. Yeah, absolutely. I think in that situation, you would still just pick Swamp. Just get the information, then you know what to do. I've definitely made assumptions based on where I think the Lamp's gonna be, and have been wrong. Alright, moment of truth. Ho ho ho. Oh, God. The Lumberjack small key was Ice Palace. Yeah. I mean, you get that Ice Palace small, and... like, that's 5 minutes you're not getting back. That's a tough one to come back from. First chest Swamp feels super slow, but it's only around 25 seconds. Yeah. And I said this during the interview, like... I said I'd rather do Hookless Swamp than this check, and I take that back. I think I'd rather do a single dip, single first check a Swamp than do a Hookless Swamp. I think it worked out for me in the end... because I had Bombo's Tablet to do still, so checking Bombo's Tablet first. But yeah, as I was saying earlier, if I had done Bombo's Tablet into Swamp before going to T-Rock, you know, I would end up full clearing this dungeon looking for Ether and the Desert Big. leaving the Desert Big up in TR, so... I thought to myself, like, man, if I had just done Bombo Stab at first, that would have been huge. I would have saved so much time not having to double dip TR. I mean, checking first chest of Swamp is a hell of a lot better than doing Dark Egg. But I don't blame Humbug for that decision. Yay, go mode! Goodbye, other chest. So yeah, if I had done Bombo's Swamp before TR, I would have full cleared Swamp, and then I would have full cleared Mire, and then I would have done Pyramid Fairy before going back to TR, and then I would have gone back up to TR, got the Desert Big, and then have to go beat Desert. So the TR dip ended up saving me so much time. As much as I didn't want to do it. Like, I would much rather double dip T-Rock than full clear all those dungeons. Like, did I feel good at this point? No, because I never feel good. Because at the same time, it's like, man, you check Swamp early. I mean, this was a last like, first chest of Swamp was a last location for me. But I also just have a habit of always feeling behind. And there's Pod Small number 5. Yeah, because, I mean, at this point, Humbug isn't in Go mode. He still needs a Pod Small. So that he can beat Pod to go get the Thieves Town Big. So... Now, fortunately, all that did was make him open up 2 more chests. Because he's about to get his Pod Small off of Argus. But yeah, the seed could have been even worse if the Pod Small had been, like, left side Swamp or somewhere in Mire. If I had any advice, never feel behind. Unless you last located 2 things in the seed, it's always possible your opponent has it worse, or your late location, something things can end up saving you time. Pod Small for Go. Yeah. That's true, Yaga. It's a really hard habit to break. I think it's just one of those things where, like, if I always expect disappointment, then it doesn't hurt as bad when it happens. But I don't know, it's tough because, like, I feel like I'm at a skill level where I can win any race I want. Unless it's, like, a hover seed or something. But at the same time, it's so hard for me to not, like, immediately just... Because as I'm playing through a seed, I'm always, like, formulating the perfect route you could take in the seed to play it well. And I can't help but, like, as soon as I formulated this route, assume that my opponent did that route. But at this point, I gotta be feeling pretty good just because I got to skip all left side Swamp, and I get to Go mode Mire. Like, it's hard not to feel good about that. So it's like, yeah, if my opponent did go Swamp early, like, that's 2 full dungeons you do. Where the hell's that lamp? At this point, the lamp has to be... Yeah, and then somewhere in Mire or left side Swamp. I mean, I guess it could be Lava Chest, but I don't think either of us ever found the 4th TR Small. Wow, 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 wow. This is a good song, right? Best song in the pack. For how many years I've been doing these tourney races, this is year number 5 now. I still haven't really figured out how to race with the right mentality so that I'm not getting absolutely dissolved mentally when, like, I lose a race. There's been so many times where I felt behind in a seed and made a big dumb play, and then it just lost me the seed even more. Mindset is the most difficult part about competitive game, yeah. Especially in something like a randomizer, where everything is built on the honor system, and you know, so many people. I mean, there's been quite a handful of people that have gotten banned from the community for cheating, so. And it's fun looking back on previous tourneys and seeing names of people that are now banned, like, doing well in the tourney. You're like, man, I wonder how they were doing so well. So it's a lot to think about, and it's one thing that I need to let go of. Is I definitely have a habit of like letting a tourney race completely take over my day. It's like, why am I getting so worked up about a for fun tournament where I'm playing a randomizer that's heavily luck based, depending on the mode, against people that I've never met, that, you know, might not be playing fair, possibly, or I mean, I try my best to not think about the fact that there are probably people out there that are not playing fairly, but if I always think about that, then I just psych myself out and I just don't want to race anymore. I hate this rando, but I'll keep racing it. That's why I'd rather just... I think at the end of the day, I would rather just race my friends, because... Or race people that I definitely trust. You're getting worked up because it means a lot to you, nothing wrong with it. But considering it a good exercise to take a breath. Take a breather and focus. Yeah, no, you're right. I need to sit back and relax. I need to lean back and relax, excuse me. I'm not doing that. I need to do that now. Yeah. I think the thing for me is, like, I was so worked up about the potential of not making brackets after, you know, dropping my first 2 games in groups. And I was like, man, if I don't make brackets, this will be the first time I haven't made brackets since I started doing tourneys. But that was wrong, actually. I didn't make brackets in spring of 2018. Then again, brackets were a lot smaller in that tourney. I think it was only a top 16 brackets. But, I don't know. Just trying to... I don't know, it's tough. I like competing. I like racing. I just hate losing. It sucks. I'm at a point where, like, losing a race feels much worse in the negative way than winning a race feels good. Like, when I win a race, it's just a big sigh of relief. When I lose a race, it just absolutely sucks. Valuing if you're behind, you need to make a play is a great skill. I think feeling down after a loss is good, as long as it's just for a short time. Just means you take the game serious. And it also depends on how bad of a loss. Like, that 35 second loss that I had to Vortex in groups, that sucked. I literally wanted to stop playing rando after that. Because it's like, how unlucky do I have to be that close, but still lose in a race that mattered quite a bit? But then again, honestly, seeding only matters a little bit in this tourney, I think, for brackets, just because, you know, I mean, look at the records for this tourney so far. It's just, it's all over the place. There's a lot of there's a lot of game 3s already. I said it before, like, it's really hard for me to predict who's actually going to win this tourney. And if Aerie doesn't win it, I won't be surprised. This game's hard. This randomizer's hard. My money's on Aerie, though. Aerie or Yaga. I want them to win it all. They get my vote. I don't get my own vote, no. If I can make it to the next round, I'd be satisfied, I think. Because it'll at least surpass my performance last tourney. Obviously, my goal for these tourneys, once I'm in bracket, is I want to be the bronze boy again. I want to be the bronze boy. There's no actual evaluating if you're behind, though. It's all in your mind. I mean, you could feel behind and make a big play, and then find out, oh no, your opponent was actually much further behind. But because you made the big play, then you, especially that's why I don't usually change my GT routing depending on how I'm feeling anymore. I just do the same route every time, except for this time because it's Keysanity. I think there was a race. I think it was a ladder race. I think it was the data plant too. Where I, no, that was different. I think he forfeited that one, but I did the dumbest route in the world in GT because I felt behind. Didn't pay off. Like, I don't even know what it was. It was like left to full right with a tile room play as well on the way. It was really dumb. I was like, man, data plant, if you hadn't forfeit, you would have definitely beat me because I routed so stupid in Ganon's Tower. Yeah. It's also why I always hide IRC once I open up GT usually. I don't usually, like, it depends. I don't, if I lose before I enter GT, I usually will just forfeit. But if I enter GT and there's still a chance I could win, then I just hide it and just hope for the best. Oh yeah, I was mad about this. Stupid full right. Well, Pumpus Room, and then of course it's just on the torch. Classic. That was like the last bit of like, man, come on, game. Why you gotta be like this? At this point, I didn't feel like I was gonna win this race. Yeah, I think it's hard not to like focus. I think the last time I had race time open during the entirety of the race was that group stage race against Vortex. Because it was just such a weird seed, and I did so much extra stuff that at any second he could finish, and I'd be like not even close to being done. And then, you know, I'm going through GT, and there's still no dot done. And then, of course, it happens on Phase 4 Ganon, and I crumbled. I was so mad. I was like, come on, man. Because if I had won that race, then going into the doubleheader with Mindiam, I only needed to win one. So. But then again, me losing to Vortex set up a really cool, really hyped, like, super important doubleheader. So, you know, on the one hand, it did kind of hype that up a little bit more. The do or die. I do think, personally, though, I do take this turn. I do think I take tourney races a little too seriously. So I need to do some reevaluation. If it's that close, think the viewers would get to watch a close game. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy for them. I just wish I was on the winning side. It's really funny because right before that race versus Vortex, where I lost to him by, like, it was 26 seconds. I had just lost a cross keys race on ladder by 35 seconds. So it's like, I felt bad. Imagine being that unlucky. Okay, so at this point, Humbugh just now gets his last crystal, so I'm gonna assume Humbugh went left first, got the big key, so got to skip some stuff in GT. It's crazy to think if Humbugh hadn't done Aga, how close this race would have been. Dropping some bombs. How much menu time? I don't know. I haven't actually looked at my menu time ever during the credits. I flirted with Jingle Glitch there. I thought they patched out Jingle Glitch, if I recall correctly. I thought they made it impossible for it to happen. So I stopped thinking about it. I'm pretty... Unless they... I thought they patched it out with the Quadrant Glitch, but I remember the Quadrant Glitch added more broken stuff, but... Yeah, I'm pretty sure Jingle Glitch is patched out for Rando. Yeah, I wasn't sure either, but... I mean... Fortunately, if it had happened, I still would have had time. Boy, it had to have been like 2017, 2018. I jingle glitched in a weekly race. For the first time ever, and I didn't know what the heck, what happened. It was very confusing, because I'd never seen it before. Well, this definitely wasn't the 123 I posted in Group Stage versus JP of this mode, but... And Gold Sword and Silvers is really nice. Yeah, curious to see what me and Humbug get tomorrow. Sunday. Because right now I've gotten Tourney Keys and Ambrosia twice each. So I can't imagine Ambrosia's going to show up. It probably still can, but it's not very likely. So McBoss, Inverted Keys, and Open Hard. ACMLM, dang. How long ago was that? It's fun looking back at old tourneys, seeing all the names that I still recognize, but like don't do rando anymore. I don't remember. Was this a good phase 4? Probably not. 1. 2, 3? Alright. Not great. My phase 4s have not been super swell lately. GG! I mean, this race still ended up being relatively close. Yeah. I honestly, at this point, don't remember the last time I actually beat Humbug in a race. Because the last time I remember... we played against each other in the 80 Keys tourney. We met it in the first round of brackets, and he 2-0'd me. And then you remember that one qualifier that I hovered and got second? Humbug was the one that beat me by like a minute and a half. I'm like, damn it, I can't get past this guy. I feel like we faced off maybe in League and maybe in like the co-op tourney or spoiler key co-op tourney. But I'd have to double check. Yeah, he's a good opponent. Luck was on my side this seed, definitely. So, your very first tournament bracket match was against Humbug? Nice. I know last tourney, Humbug knocked out JP in groups and then knocked out Rambler in first round of brackets, so... Pretty crazy. Yeah. I did it. I am the winner. It definitely says winner. Yeah, thanks for watching the rewatch. This was a wild seed. I honestly don't remember the last time I saw pure vanilla Swamp Small. Well, there's no such thing as a French vanilla Swamp Small, so outside of Door Rando, which isn't a thing. I told the story on here. The last time I had seen a vanilla Swamp Small in a Keysanity mode was fall 2018. Bronze match versus Korek. Game 2, I think? Yeah, game 2. Korek managed to route in the dam check with a first chest of Swamp. So, you know, that's 3 checks right there you get to do. And stumbled upon the Swamp Small. And, you know, absolutely blasted me. Oh, that was close. Humbug going for the moldy bounce. So, of course, when the Swamp Small showed up there, I was like, man, I can't imagine Humbug somehow routed this in super early. Especially with Flippers being in Spike Cave, like... That's another location that is very likely to be late. It's rare to get dark. That's the crazy thing, Malachris, is I could have had that situation if I had enough money for Digging Game, but I also would have needed to have Hammer from Purple Chest and then Flippers from Spike Cave first, but it could have happened. It was close. There was a chance. Alright, we'll go ahead and watch Humbug wrap this up. Can I post a link to an image in Discord? Sure, I think so. Yeah, should be able to. Yeah, who knows what we're gonna get tomorrow? I honestly... Watch out for that quadrant glitch. Oh, that's incredible. It's almost like you sent him the quadrant glitch, Haiku Type. How could you? What were you thinking? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what kind of mode I would want. I personally, as much as I complained about inverted keys, I think I'd rather play that than like boring modes. I really don't. I don't want Ambrosia again. I really don't. I don't really care for Ambrosia. I don't really care for Mick Boss either. So, and just Tourney hard is boring. So, I don't know. I really don't know what I want. I just want starting boots. That's all. Is there still time for that? Can I get starting boots? Listen, I'm gonna keep talking just so you have to hear more of Bomberman music. Give me a McDouble. Yeah, Humbug's a really good opponent. I can 100% manage, see this going to a game 3 for sure. But if I get lucky, it makes some good plays. I might be able to just take 2 wins and move on to face either Gilgamesh or Jon Snow. Game 2 is going to be Sunday tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern. So another bright and early race for me. 11 a.m. That'll be fine. We'll make it work. Yeah, alright. I'm going to wrap this up then. GG's to Humbug! You know, it would have been even closer if he didn't go for the if he made that moldy bounce on that first one there. Yeah, thank you for watching, everyone. Thanks for watching the rewatch. This was fun. Whee!